remember we had covered a story where a brother was going in about how some of these women come dressed to the gym, and that was a righteous response that brother had. A lot of men are sick and tired of this straight whoredom culture. That's really what it is. But there was a woman that wanted to respond to this brother, and some things she gonna say we definitely got to touch on. Let's look at it.
Like, we're really in a day and age. We're telling, can you please stop coming to the gym naked? Starts a public discourse. Are we at Myrtle Beach or LA Fitness? Help me understand.
Y'all might jump me for this. I'm okay. But as some...
Let's not even go further. Y'all might jump me for this. You know what she's saying? That speaking truth, speaking righteousness, and being against this nakedness and whoredom culture, I'm going to be attacked. She knows this. She knows. That's why she started off with that disclaimer. That's how bad it is. And then you wonder why a lot of men not looking to marry him. Right there. This woman is basically afraid of her life to what she about to say. My Lord.
At some point, we're going to have a conversation about the fact that a lot of y'all are not just simply trying to wear what you want to wear. It's not about the freedom of dressing how you want to dress. It's about the fact that you like attention. You like eyes gawking at you. You like the eyes gawking at you that come from men and women. You like people paying you attention as you walk by in panties. Because a lot of these shorts that you're wearing are panties. There's no excuse. I don't need to see your coochie print. I don't need to see how deep your asshole goes.
Come on.
Because that is basically how drastic some of these shorts are. And you all are way too comfortable wearing them in public.
Yes, let's get to that. Why are you so comfortable like that in public? That's the $50 million question. Why are you comfortable dressing like that? You don't look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Why? I don't have no." But you know what? This is why we need some stronger lewd and lascivious acts laws put on the books. That'll be the only way to correct this at this point. You can't let them correct themselves. We need some lewd and lascivious act laws to be heightened and stronger. Nobody should be showing the crack of anything. I don't care if it's a man sagging his pants, and any man sagging his pants showing the crack of anything willingly says a lot about you. You shouldn't be showing the crack of your behind as a woman. You should be showing no breasts. You shouldn't be showing nothing. Do that in your house. Of course, the beach, where, you got bathing suits, and then that's another issue too. That needs to be amended, some of that. But lewd and lascivious acts, stronger laws need to be on the books and heavily enforced. That's where I'm at with it. Bring back shame, bring back tickets, put them in jail if you got to.
But God forbid someone say something to you about it, and then you want to send that person straight to hell in a handbasket. Where's the decorum? And I'm sorry, but somebody has to say it. You jump on everybody who tries to hold you accountable for how you present yourself to the world. You try to jump on anyone who comes on this app, who comes on Beyonce's internet and tells you that as a woman, you should be conducting and carrying yourself in a certain fashion. And if you choose not to, then be prepared to deal with the consequences that come with that, including the lack of respect. You want to beat up anybody that tries to hold you accountable, but you don't hold yourself accountable for walking around with your coochie out.
But they want that attention. That's the thing. Then when men give them the attention they really looking for, then they want to say they predators. Then if they catcalling them or whatever, they the problem. So they supposed to walk around like a prostitute. Let's call it what it is. A lot of the way they dress today, you look like you're coming off the blade. Now on the blade, that's what it is. They don't mind no man saying nothing to them on the blade because they out there selling themselves. But blade attire has become the norm. Well, if you're dressing like you're on the blade, how you think people going to respond to you? And sister, I would say this, they don't respect themselves. Because a woman who respects herself don't want to be walking around looking like she's on the blade. It's just that simple. You dressing like the prostitute, but you're not selling yourself. But in a lot of ways, a lot of you are selling yourself who dress that way. No, you may not be on the blade doing it, but You're telling men, well, the only way they can date you or go out with you, they have to get your nails done or your you know what I'm saying, pedicure done. So you're trading money for access. No different than the blade. Well, I don't want to go to Ruth Chris. I don't want to do Cheesecake Factory. I want to do Ruth Chris. You know, trading money for access. No different than the blade. That's just really what it is. So the question is, when did blade attire become fashionable? Who started that? And why modern women in America feel like they need to defend that? And you wonder why a lot of countries don't want feminism in their country? You see, America has been a test to see what happens when you allow harmful ideologies to spread all over. And you see the results. You see the results. That's why I tell other countries, do not let that American crap in your country. Keep your culture, keep your country exactly the way it is. Innovate with technology, you know, all of that stuff, you know, be modern as possible with you know, lights, water, gas, all the internet, whatever. But do not let that horrible American culture into your country, because I've been to some of y'all countries. Prime example, when I went to Ethiopia, they wasn't dressing like that. Because in their country, you bet not. Oh, it's going to be a problem. You're going to get surrounded out there. Like, what you doing? What you wearing? And I respect them. And I respect their country, too. It's beautiful to see that everybody's dressed like normal human beings. Nobody's sagging. Nobody looking like a fool. Nobody walking around looking like the blade. You're not seeing any of that. That was just great. And I love that about the Ethiopian country.
Why does anybody need to see your raw coochie print in the gym? Why does anybody need to go to the mall and they get to see where your ass crack starts? What's going on? And no, I'm not believing, oh, these are just so comfortable. I should be able to wear what I want to wear. You like the attention. You like the validation. Even if you're not interested in where the attention is coming from, it makes you feel something. I'm sorry, nobody can tell me otherwise. So listen, I'm not going to argue with you, but I am going to state the facts. You need to cut the shit out.
Well, sister, unfortunately, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it because there's no government pressure for them to do it. So what a lot of men have to do is just, which men can set the trend, because most of men, women follow what men do always. Just men have to say, you know what? Nah, I'm not with that. You dress like that. Listen, if a woman dressed like that, and you get with her, she's not gonna stop dressing that way, bruh. You know, relationship wasn't like, hey, you can't wear that, man. What you wearing this for? What you wearing that for? I was wearing that when you met me. That's the first thing they're gonna say. And it's true, you did. You met her like that, and you had no problem with it then. You can't get in a relationship with a woman and all of a sudden expect her to change her style of clothing. That should be one of the ways to disqualify her. I see some of you dudes walking around with females out here, and they just dress like, bruh, like, why is she walking around with you dressed like that? Why? She ain't got no respect for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, brother. Like, a woman's dress should disqualify her, period. Now, she'll play this, just because she dressed that way don't mean she's not a good person. Yeah, and that's what they say on the blade, too. Right? No, the way you dress should disqualify you, period. Just like certain job interviews you go on, and if you dress a certain way, you're not dressed, like you want the job, it disqualifies you. Well, fellas, the way they dress should disqualify them. If they feel comfortable going to the gym, half naked, then they feel comfortable being naked. And then if they feel comfortable being naked in front of everybody, they'd be comfortable with naked with other men. It's just that simple. A woman who respects herself don't want to be half naked in front of everybody because she has respect for herself. And she respects herself before she met you, and she really going to respect herself after she met you because she want to make sure that way if you say, hey, baby, that's a little too tight, that's a little too, you say, oh, okay, well, shoot, I want to wear that. I won't know, because I respect my man. If a woman don't respect herself, she would never respect you, period. And the way she dress says everything about her. Just like men, the way they dress says everything about them because that's their expression of how they want to present themselves to the world. It's just that simple. If a man is got something going on for himself, he gonna dress more accordingly. He gonna dress like he's successful. He gonna dress a certain way. He's not gonna be looking out here all bozo. He's not, and that doesn't. And I'm not talking about name brands. Name brands don't equal success. That's stupid. And if a woman respects herself, she can be fly. It's so many styles or clothes women wear that's fly, and they don't have to be naked to do any of it. And if she have naked, I mean, because that to me that's just some old Blade hood rat crap. It's just really what it is at this point. So, men, be careful. If she don't know how to dress right in the gym, and she don't know how to dress right in public, she don't respect herself, she would never respect